Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's hump day. Hope you all are enjoying your wonderful Wednesday from wherever you're watching this show right here. Enjoy today. Do something positive with it if you can, okay? But good morning to all y'all. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of the conversation today. There's a couple things we got to talk about today, man. We got some stuff going on. There is a rumor, allegedly, there's rumor floating around saying that Queen Elizabeth is dead. Queen Elizabeth allegedly is dead, y'all. Passed at the age of 95, allegedly. But we're going to get down to it because I know a lot of us are all sitting here going, wait, how the hell did this happen? How the hell did this all happen? You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Let me hear something real quick. Now you got me killing the music, killing the vibe. Somebody said the sound is a little echoey. Is it a little echoey? So let me make sure that everything's all groovy here. Hold on one second. Just making sure.
Okay. Is that better? Is it on now? Let me make sure. Perfect. Great. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can hear it. Perfect. Great. Okay, we're good now. Cool. All right, let me go back to my regularly scheduled program here. Okay, so let me say that again. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your day, having a positive day, enjoying your Wednesday. Now, let's get into this thing. We got a lot of things to talk about today. Or we got two big stories that just caught my eye. One of them that popped off yesterday, like last night. Woke up this morning, turned on, opened up my phone and all that stuff, and all this information came out saying that ding dong, the queen is dead. Now, that is something that I find very interesting. We have got to talk about it because it may be true. I'm just going to throw that out there. I know a lot of y'all might get mad at me for saying that, but this could very well be a true story. It could be a true story. Why, you may ask, is because there's certain protocol. There's protocol when it comes to announcing that the queen has passed and how the country, right, the country of England actually mourns the death of royalty. Okay? So, like I said, this is very interesting. We have got to talk about it. And of course, I got another story. Excuse me. Then I got another story of another beauty queen turned on-air personality commentator who, there's the family saying it was an accident, but she unalived herself. That's what people are alleging, or people are alleging that there could possibly be foul play. Okay? Now, I've got words. Let me say this. I'm not being irresponsible. I'm not trying to spread false rumors. This is something that is going all over the place. All major networks, news networks and stuff are talking about this said rumor. So we have to look into this, okay? Because it just seems so strange that this piece of information would come out, okay? And I got some official sources that I'm going to show you guys here very shortly. Other major networks, major places are talking about this. Real talk. This is not just Hollywood Unlocked talking about this, no more. Other people are talking about this. And of course, it's sparking a lot of course, anger and concern and all of that stuff. So we got to get into this. So please sit back, grab your cup of joe or beer or libation of whatever you're going to drink, and let's talk about what we need to talk about. 2 stories, 2 big stories. Let's get into it, shall we? And like I said, I am in no way, shape, or form here to spread any false rumors. This is something that just came out, and I want to see what the heck is going on. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're getting down to the bottom of it, doing our due diligence and seeing if this rumor is true or if it is just a rumor. So please sit back. Let's talk about it. In no way, shape, or form am I here to spread any false truths out here. Okay? So let us get here. Okay? Yes. Now, let us get into this. Okay? Now, we got some people already commenting with the stuff that I'm about to get into. So here it is, y'all. There is a lot of rumors that are sparking around this particular post that was posted on Hollywood Unlocked, which is very interesting. It is such a thing to say. It is such a post to put out here. All right? To say, boom, right here. Hollywood Unlocked exclusive, Queen Elizabeth dead. She dead for real? I don't think so. I really don't think she is. But this is a rumor that's being spread around here, okay? Now, we already know just a few days ago, they had come out saying that that she had contracted the vid, okay, the Rona, just a few days ago. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a few days later, we have Hollywood Unlocked of all platforms coming out with this kind of information. Okay, let me check something here. This is y'all are messing up my flow. Is there still an echo? Yes or no? Just let me know if there is not an echo. Press number 1. Give me the number 1. Is there an echo in here or not? Because I think I fixed it already. So some of y'all may not be fully lined up. Yes, there's an echo. What? All right, guys. Let me fix this really quick. Yes, there's an echo. Let me fix this. All right, guys. So I see a lot of people. No, it sounds bad. You have feedback. Okay, let me hear it. Let me fix this. So I see a lot of people. No, it sounds bad. You have feedback. Okay, let me hear it. 1 2 testing 1 2 testing 1 2. One, two, testing 1 2 testing 1 2. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got to do this so I can get it fixed. So 1 second. Sorry, guys. I got to do this so I can get it fixed. Issue right quick. Okay. So I can get it fixed. Issue right quick. 1 2 hey. Okay. So I can get it fixed. Issue right quick. Oh, I see it. 1 2 hey. Okay. So I can get it fixed. Issue right quick. Oh, I see it. There is an echo for some weird reason. Hold on, guys. Damn. Once you think you got things all figured out. Testing 1 2. I don't know what the heck is going on. I guess let me know if you guys, okay. Is everything good now? Okay. Have mercy. Okay. So I'm going to start that again. Okay. So the thing is here it is. A lot of people are sitting here saying that, hey, a lot of people are very upset about one thing and one thing only. And it all revolves around this particular article, this post on Instagram, this simple little post that happened on Instagram on Hollywood Unlocked. Here it is. Hollywood Unlocked exclusive. Queen Elizabeth dead. Now, is she really dead? In my personal opinion, I don't think I don't think so. I personally do not think so. But this is a rumor that's being spread around right now as we speak. Now, my other question is, why? Okay, why would somebody come out saying this type of information? Why would Hollywood Unlocked of all places come out of their way to say that the woman is dead, that the queen is dead, right? That is quite a thing to come out and say. Very interesting stuff, right? So, sources close to the royal palace notified us exclusively that Queen Elizabeth has passed away. She was scheduled to attend the wedding of British Vogue editor Edward Enningful, but was found dead. Story developing, and then, of course, they got all this other stuff. Now, there are people out here that are saying, man, delete this, as you see right here. People are not believing it because here it is. You got Hollywood Unlocked. That's kind of known. You know what I mean? They're coming out with news, but they also throw out rumors as well. Is this fully 110% true or no? The queen is dead for real? It's kind of hard for me to believe. I'm just going to be real. It's hard for me to believe. Especially of all people, Hollywood Unlocked has the information, has the plug. Wouldn't some other blog site or anything of that matter come out here and break the story? Why Hollywood Unlocked of all things? So Newsweek came out with an article as of 4 hours ago, literally said Queen Elizabeth II dead rumor spread by Hollywood Unlocked sparks ridicule. So Queen Elizabeth was the center of a viral fake news outcry after a gossip website with 2.8 million Instagram followers proclaimed her death. Hollywood Unlocked published a news story saying that the 95-year-old monarch who has gotten the Rona, had been found dead shortly before she was expected at the British Vogue editor's wedding, right? The claim was published late in the evening, UK time, on February 22nd, allowing it to go viral in America while much of Britain was asleep. However, several aspects of the coverage were rapidly debunked. Most significantly, the suggestion she was planning to attend Effingful's celebrity wedding at the Longleat estate in Wiltshire. She is not known for dropping by the nuptials of the rich and famous. In fact, she did not attend her son, Prince Charles' legal ceremony at Windsor Guildhall in 2005 due to personal policy that she only attends religious weddings. And Prince Charles married his side girl, his side chick. Okay. So once again, they are debunking that this rumor is even true. Okay. Debunking this rumor. Okay. And I honestly do not think she is dead. Okay. But we have to roll this out. So, because it's big news and it's a big rumor to put out here. And I'll say this too. How many times did they say that Betty White was dead? Real talk. How many times did Betty White RIP or Betty White dead on Twitter? How many times did that trend on Twitter? Real talk. Before she actually did pass away. Even I went and had to check to make sure other sources were coming out and saying, yes, it is official that Betty White is dead, because of how many times people came out and just said, oh, RIP Queen Elizabeth, or RIP Betty White. You know what I'm saying? Many times this happened. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised if this is happening right now. But why would Hollywood Unlocked come out with this kind of information? They say it's a reliable source within the palace, within Buckingham Palace. But like I said, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. We're going to keep going on that if she possibly was dead in just a second, okay? So Charles and Camilla, Charles and his side chick, the girl that he was cheating on Princess Diana with, who ends up becoming his wife, okay? She is now the Duchess of Cornwall, had been denied a church wedding under the old-fashioned Church of England rules relating to the bride's status as a divorcee with a living ex-husband. And so the Queen attended a blessing for the couple later that day. So Buckingham Palace did not comment on internet rumors of this kind, or they do not comment on internet rumors of this kind, and would not be drawn when contacted by Newsweek. But it was business as usual at the palace on Wednesday morning. So today, Prince William, Kate Middleton, official accounts, Twitter's accounts, posted details of the Duchess of Cambridge's solo tour of Denmark. And it says right here, yesterday was all about understanding the very earliest stages of a child's development here in Denmark. Today, we move on to learn about the next stage of their life, focusing on children's mental health and well-being. And that is from the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, from both of them, in a tweet. Now, we already know she has contracted the Rona, okay? So she is experiencing, and this is what they told us. This is what they said to us, okay? That she's been experiencing mild cold-like symptoms after testing positive for the Rona on Sunday, and canceled scheduled video meetings for the day. Obviously, what do you expect? You got somebody who is 95 years old catching the Rona. You think she's gonna be up around and trying to do all this stuff? She going to sleep. She gonna be drinking a whole lot of tea and drinking a whole lot of chicken noodle soup and watching Bridgerton on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be posted up in her royal bed, not doing a damn thing. What do you expect? Okay. Now, however, she was well enough to continue light duties just hours before our Hollywood Unlocked, the Hollywood Unlocked story, meaning the deadline in her health would have been sudden were the story true. The language used in the article was also decidedly unroyal, including references to the royal kingdom, a phrase that does not appear anywhere on the royal family's website, and it is not in common parlance. Hollywood Unlocked also described Elizabeth as having been found dead, phrasing more at home in a police press release than communications from the palace. Now, this is a tweet from Jason Lee himself. Okay? From Jason Lee himself. He said, "We don't post lies, and I always stand by my sources, waiting for an official statement from the palace." Let me just blow that up just a little bit so you can see that tweet right there. So you can see it all the way in the nosebleed seats. So he is standing by what he had received from his sources. That's what he received from his sources. We don't post lies. I'll repeat, we don't post lies. Excuse me. And I always stand by my sources, waiting for an official statement from the palace. Interesting, right? Very, very interesting. You'd think that Jason Lee, if this was, let's just say, if this is a full-on fake news story, don't you think he would go up there and go, my bad, I'm going to take this down. I'm sorry on behalf of Hollywood Unlocked and on behalf of myself and Hollywood Unlocked. We received this information from somebody. We believed it was true. This person is a reliable source, but we realized that nope, this is a lie. And Queen Elizabeth is alive. Right? Right? Now, I know some people are going, hey, how dare you spread rumors? How dare you put out these things, continuing to spread this rumor? I'm not spreading no rumors. I'm asking the questions, right? The necessary questions that I'm sure we all want to know. Why would Jason Lee or Hollywood Unlocked put out this information if they didn't believe it was true? Because that could tarnish, that can ruin his whole YouTube channel, his Instagram account, all of it. So I ask to you guys, is this true? I don't believe it to be true. I don't. But it could be. And I'll explain in a little bit here. Just give me 2 seconds. So let's go back over to Hollywood Unlocked, okay? Now, they put out this saying Hollywood Unlocked, Queen Elizabeth dead, right? So let's continue on. This was early, that was last night. Now, here's the next thing that I found very interesting, which we are going to get into here in the next second here. Plan of action put in place for Queen Elizabeth's death, Operation, quote unquote, Operation London Bridge. Now, here it is. As we exclusively reported this Tuesday, close sources to the royal family have confirmed that Queen Elizabeth has sadly passed away. While full details surrounding her death have yet to be shared, there have been carefully constructed plans that have already been put in place for this moment. Now, let me explain something to you. Let me put my face on the screen for just a second here. Okay. Now, remember, we're talking about someone who has been queen for well over 70 some odd years. Okay. This is the queen that we're talking about, right? For her to suddenly pass, let's just entertain the idea, the possibility of her actually passing. Okay. If she actually was to pass, there obviously is a protocol. There's procedure that they have to do before they actually tell to the world that the queen is dead or the king is dead. Some sort of royalty that runs that country has passed. Let's just keep it straight funky. She's been on this planet for 95 years, and 70 plus years she was reigning queen. Okay? So when you suddenly have that kind of information, do you think that you're just going to blurt it out like that? You might have to put some things need to be set in motion before you actually make that specific announcement, right? I mean, that's just what I think. I could be completely wrong, y'all. I could be completely wrong. But that's why I'm going, okay, we need to talk about this. Because even that tweet that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, the kids, Kate Middleton, Prince William, when they came out with it, when they came out with their tweet, it's very... Somebody else could have written that for them. I'm just saying. I'm, like I said, just entertaining the possibilities here. And that tweet is it's very vanilla. It's extremely vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. So it's very, by the book. We went and did all this stuff. It's amazing, blah, 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 moving on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here expecting the Prince William to be tweeting nothing. Somebody could have been tweeting that for them. I'm just saying that. Okay? Black Anonymous, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong on that one. Okay? They might be a little vanilla in the beginning. begin with. But you know what I'm saying? The way it's written, it just seems like it's very textbook. It's very clean. Okay. It's very safe. Right. And of course, they're not going to sit there and say anything about the passing of their grandmother, of the queen. They're not going to say anything like that. They're just going to be like, blah. Okay. So a few days before she contracted the vid, then, a little bit, some time goes on. Next thing you know, you never know. Why? I'm going to say this again. Why would Hollywood Unlocked or Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked allow that kind of information to be leaked if it means that it would destroy his career? Just saying that. Like I said, just entertaining that possibility. I've seen other commentators just lose their marbles, all right? Have gone just absolutely mad about, see what I did? Go absolutely mad. It's just maddening. It's absolutely mental. Gone absolutely mental over this news, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, because for me, I want to hear it from a actual reliable source. For real. Reliable source, right? But we got it right now, allegedly a leaked piece of information. I also think one thing that would solve these issues if they just showed Queen Elizabeth. If she just came out and just did her royal wave, oh, my little peasants, yes. Oh, I'm still alive. And just keep it moving. That's what I want to see. I want to see her in the flesh. But let us continue back into this thing. Now, I'm going to show you something. Like I said, we still going into it because there's still information. There's still a protocol. All right. Operation London Bridge. Okay. Now, a process dubbed Operation London Bridge has been set up since the 1960s and details a step-by-step 10-day plan. According to Politico, ideally, the first official to deal with the news of the Queen's death would be her private secretary, Edward Young, who would then notify the Prime Minister, the Cabinet Secretary, senior ministers, and the Privy Civil Office. From there, a secret London location that houses the Foreign Office's Global Response Center will then notify the 15 governments where the Queen also rules. A separate announcement will go out to the Press Association and the remainder of the global press. Now, I know there's a lot of people, like I said, you hear this kind of information, you're going, no, it's not true. It's not true. Say it ain't so. It could very well be so. There's a protocol, as you see, a 10-day plan. All right? According to Politico, first person to deal with the information about the Queen's death is her private secretary, Edward Young. Then they notify the Prime Minister, the Cabinet Secretary, senior ministers, and the Privy Council Office. From there, they got a whole bunch of other things like 15 governments, to notify the 15 governments through the Foreign Office's Global Response Center. Then it goes out to the press. Then it goes out to the people. That is just protocol. Okay? Let me show you this. What happens when the Queen of England dies? Prince Charles immediately becomes king. We already know that. Okay. The country requires a ruler, and on the death of a queen or king, his or her successor is automatically the monarch. His siblings will kiss his ring soon after the Queen's death. The Queen's, let me blow this up just a tiny bit more so you guys can see a little bit better. It's very, very thin font. So the Queen's private secretary will inform the Prime Minister of her passing. So they find out, right? The private secretary finds out, and then he goes off and gives the information to the Prime Minister of her passing. A secret code phrase Many believe it is the London Bridge down, right? Will be used to alert the governments of 15 other countries of which the Queen is head of state. She is also the symbolic figurehead of 36 other nations. Like I said, this is not just like letting us know, right? Letting just the regular people know that she has passed. There's a bunch of other people and other higher ups, other people that run countries and other governments that she is ahead of that need to know that there's going to be a transition of power. Not only that she has passed, but that there is going to be a transition of power. All right. Those governments will be notified as well. The news will be shared with the world when the palace releases confirmation of the Queen's death to the British Press Association, then other media outlets across the world. At the moment the news is released to media outlets, a footman, dressed in mourning clothes, will pin a black edged death announcement on the gates of Buckingham Palace. That's some old school stuff, y'all. That's old school. Okay. So somebody has to go out, put it out on the gates of the Buckingham Palace. Okay. The palace website will show a single page announcement that is the same as the notice posted on the palace gate. Parliament will be recalled. The Queen's throne at the House of Lords will be replaced with a chair that features a cushion with the outline of a crown on it. All flags will be placed at half staff, and condolence books will be distributed throughout the country for anyone wishing to express their sympathy. If the Queen does not die at Buckingham Palace, her body will be brought there as soon as possible after her death. The coffin will be placed in the throne room of Buckingham Palace to lie in state. Charles will make his first address as head of state on the evening of his mother's death at 11 a.m. I don't know how this is so specific, but at 11 a.m. on the following day, he will be proclaimed King of England. The Ascension Council or Session, Council will hold a meeting to declare Charles king, and will read a formal declaration to that end. Camilla, Charles' side chick, now wife, by law will become queen. Number 10. After the proclamation is read, trumpets will sound, and a 41-gun salute will be fired off in Hyde Park near Buckingham Palace. The new king will go on a 4-day tour of the country, attending services and meeting his subjects. The Queen will lie in state for 4 days at Buckingham Palace, then will be moved to Westminster Hall to lie in state for another 4 days. Moving the body to Westminster will involve a military parade. The Queen's remains will reach Westminster and at precisely 11 a.m. Interesting. Big Ben will ring out at that moment. Mourners will be able to pay their respects 23 hours a day for those 4 days. On the 9th day, this is the 9th day. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of protocol, y'all. On the 9th day, the funeral will be held. Jewels placed on the coffin will be taken off and cleaned. Shops and businesses will be closed, and much of the country will be off from work. The stock market will be closed. Big Ben will strike at 9 a.m. that morning. Its hammer padded so the sound will be muffled. The Queen's service will be in Westminster Abbey, the first for a monarch since 1760. The Abbey holds 2,000 people. At 11 a.m. precisely, the coffin will reach the Abbey's doors, and activity in the country is to stand still and fall quiet. Following the service, the coffin will be placed on a gun carriage and taken to a waiting hearse. The hearse will drive the queen's body to Windsor Castle, so she will be buried in the royal vault at the family chapel in private service. As her body is lowered into the vault, by tradition, Charles will reach into a silver bowl and get a handful of red earth to drop onto the queen's coffin. So that's all that happens. And that's over a course of 9 days. So if she has really passed, okay, if she has really perished and passed away, then there's still protocol. There's still tradition. Let me just say that. There is still tradition. There's a certain culture. There's a certain ritual. There's a certain thing that they do, right? Before they even let the world know that the queen has passed. So, with that being said, this is what I wish I could have like Jason Lee on the show and be like, yo, man, how did he know? How does he know the information? How did he get that information? Because that is a serious thing to put out there. That's a serious thing to let everybody know. Yo, the queen is dead. That's a serious thing. But as you see, there is certain protocol. It first has to go to her right-hand man, and then it goes down a list to a whole bunch of other people before they even go and say a big announcement like, yes, she has passed. Now, is she really gone? Did she really pass away? That's something I leave up to you guys. To put out this kind of information, that is a really ballsy thing to do. A really ballsy thing to do if you do not have anything to back that up, right? It's like saying, oh, our president is like saying something like that. That is a serious accusation, or that's a serious, announcement to put out there, right? Who's his plug? That's what I want to know. Okay? That's what I want to know. Who was his plug? Wait, let me see. I see a comment here. Let me look at your comments here really quick, because I know a lot of people are feeling some type of way. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Hold on. Let me see if Jason Lee has said anything else. I'm trying to see if he has said anything else. Thank you. Ooh, thank you, Jeff Height. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can find that. Ooh, okay. We got something new. Thank you, Jeff Height, and thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you. And that helps a lot. Ooh, see, this is what messes up. This is what messes up blog sites like Hollywood Unlocked on Instagram. You don't put this kind of information out here. Bang. Hollywood Unlocked blog apologizes for false reporting on Queen's death. That is crazy. But like I said, how do you put that out there? Man, what do you do? Like, why would you do that? So here it is. U.S. blog Hollywood Unlocked has apologized for falsely reporting that Queen Elizabeth II, who has been battling a mild case of the Rona, has perished. All right. The outlet shared its quote unquote deepest apologies to the Britain's royal family in tweet on Wednesday morning, calling the debacle an embarrassing situation and effectively blaming an unnamed intern. There you go. It was an accident. And we're working hard to make sure that this mistake never happens again. The intern journalist was misinformed and published the draft post by mistake. Okay. Now I'm seeing y'all's comments. Star Line said it's not their real account. He never apologized. Ooh. See, oh man, I'm getting misdirected like crazy. Hold up. I got it right here. Oh, snap. My God, the plot thickens. Oh my God. Okay, hold up. Guys. Let me get this right. Come on, man. This is bull. All right, here it is. So you see it right here, right? Says that thanks to Jeff Haidt, thank you so much. And I can see that this is being misleading, right? Says Hollywood Unlocked blog apologizes for false reporting on Queen's death. Okay, now Hollywood Unlocked's channel, like it's a thing, right? I think it's just Hollywood Unlocked. See, it's just Hollywood Unlocked right here. Okay, now let's look at this. So they said this is from Hollywood Unlocked. Now, I don't know if this is from, I guess it was from their Twitter account. Okay. Now, I just said that it was an accident and we're working hard to make sure that this mistake never happens again. The intern journalist was misinformed and published the draft post by mistake. Reads a statement published to one of the blog's Twitter accounts. Okay, so now we have that information. This is crazy, man. Okay, so now thanks to y'all out here in the comments, basically said, please go and check out his tweet that he put up 45 minutes ago, and we're going to look at it right now. It says right here, 47 minutes ago, to be correct. All right, it's all in the details, right? He said, woke up to some fake account posting a retraction. We do not know that account, and we have not retracted our story. There has yet to be an official statement from the palace. Staying tuned. Here's another one. He said, I already said this again, but he said, we don't post lies, and I always stand by my sources, waiting for an official statement from the palace. So the only other time that he posted anything was 16 hours ago on Twitter, which is what I just read to you here for the second time, like I said it earlier before. So he said right here, okay, let me pull this up. Maybe we can get this bigger. There we go. He said, woke up to some fake account posting a retraction. Okay, so whatever the Variety got, which is the article right here that our family member Jeff Haidt just sent out to us. Thank you so much for the support and letting us stay on top of this story and getting it right as much as we can. He is claiming that the statement that was put out here, basically saying that an intern, the misinformation, accidentally posted this, so on and so forth, is a fake account. Let's go back here. Woke up to some fake account posting a retraction. We do not know that account, and we have not retracted our story. If you notice, a few hours later, they put up another thing talking about Operation London Bridge. So if they were going to retract it, that post would have been gone. Gone. You feel me? And now he is sitting here saying, I woke up this morning. Y'all be crazy. I woke up this morning and somebody using a fake account, and now you got Variety writing an article off of something that ain't true from them. off of a fake account. Crazy. Now, let's look at this. It says Hollywood UL. Let's see. Hollywood UL. Interesting. So this is a fake account, allegedly, that has 5,000 followers. Wow. But he's saying it ain't true. But then Hollywood Unlocked posted this account, posted this, same thing. Woke up to some fake account posting a retraction. But they say that tweet, the retraction came from right here, Hollywood UL. That is the Twitter account right here that we're looking at right now as we speak. He has a link to his real page on, okay, hold up. Man, this is insane. Aha. No, that's the IG account. So where is the actual Twitter account? But let's continue this article real quick. Let's see what else they took out of this comment, right? Despite the apology, the story despite the apology, the story about Queen's death, citing sources from the royal kingdom, quote unquote, remains on the website under a sizable video advertisement or advertisement. Okay. The posts are also still available on the outlet's active Instagram page because he didn't retract it from what they're saying here. From what they're saying here, it's because he never retracted it. Okay. So the statement comes on the heels of an adamant tweet by the founder, Hollywood Unlock's founder, Jason Lee, who claimed shortly after the story was published that we don't post lies. We always stand by I always stand by my sources, waiting for an official statement from the palace. Okay. On Instagram, he elaborated in a numbered list that he has, quote unquote, never lied, never been wrong, trust his sources, and that he's, quote unquote, yet to see an official statement from the palace saying otherwise. He added that he'll be at the Donda concert, which, you know, if you want Donda 2, you got to spend $200 just to listen to that damn album. But that's a whole other conversation. There's a whole other Charles Dickens story in itself. Moving on, the story and Lee's tweet went viral on Tuesday, with Twitter commentators highlighting the suspicious nature of an obscure U.S. blog breaking the news of the Queen's death before British outlets like BBC or Press Association. I totally agree. Why would he have the plug? Why would Hollywood Unlocked his team have that plug, but nobody else have that plug? That's weird. Why wouldn't BBC be coming out with this stuff and then everybody else, like wildfire, come out with the information? You see what I'm saying? And if you feel me, please do me a favor. Do me that solid. I haven't done that yet. I forgot. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. Send them past 200 likes. That would really, really, really be appreciated. And please do not forget to crush that subscribe button. We talk about all things, everything controversial. We try to debunk the BS out here. But this one is a funky one. Let me just be real. This one's really, really funky. Is this real? Is it not? I don't think she's dead. I really don't think she's dead. I keep thinking that maybe there's just a really crappy person out here putting out information that's not entirely true. But hey, we're here to talk about it. We're here to possibly debunk it. But I was hoping we're on the path. I thought we were on the path to debunction. Okay, to debunk them. And now we're not, because now we're going back to what's going on here. Okay. But I do believe, why wouldn't the BBC be the first to come out with that information? Okay. Also suspect was the article's claim that the Queen was set to attend the Vogue editor's wedding, which we already knew about that. But of course she canceled because She was sick. And she says that she, we already heard about that thing. She doesn't attend non-religious weddings. She only goes to religious weddings. All right. So I don't know if Vogue editor Edward Effenful, Enningful, or whatever, I don't know if this was like his 6th or 9th wedding. You never know. Okay. But she's also sick with the Rona. So what do you expect? What do you expect? Okay. Now it says here, founded by Lee, Hollywood Unlocked appears to cover a range of news from American crime stories to entertainment gossip with a focus on Black celebrities. Buckingham Palace hasn't commented on the story. And I think that's a big piece too. And I think we're all waiting for that too. For Buckingham Palace to actually make a statement on this thing. Or maybe they're going, what is this Hollywood Unlocked? Oh, pish posh. Oh, poppycock. We don't have time for that. You never know. They might do that. They might say, we don't have time for any of that crap. You never know. Variety has reached out to Hollywood Unlocked's reps for further comment. Now, let's go back up to the top of this article once more again. And it says, it was an accident. We were working hard to make sure that this mistake never happens again. The intern journalist was misinformed and published the draft post by mistake. Okay. Our deepest apologies, okay, and this is the same thing, but our deepest apologies go to the royal family and all involved in this embarrassing situation. And then they go, see what had happened was, and then they go into the whole thing. Oh, poppycock. Okay, so now, like I said, you go back to Jason Lee, who put this up about almost an hour ago, and he says, walk up to some fake ass posting a retraction. We don't know that account, and we do not, and we have not retracted our story. There is yet to be an official statement on the palace or from the palace. Staying tuned. So, very interesting. Now, I understand there's a lot of people feeling some type of way. Let's look at this comment here. This statement is really not cool. Double/tripling down on bad intel. Her Royal Highness, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, personal business is between Her Majesty and fam. Y'all's intel is wrong. And if it was true, who are you to announce it? This is wrong, Jason. Just apologize. Now, let me ask you, what do y'all think? What y'all think? What are your thoughts on this? I do have a TikTok that I wanted to show you guys really quick that has something to do with this whole thing. Just explaining a little bit of the process of if the queen was to pass, if the queen had really crossed over, transitioned, right? What is the standard procedure? But let me ask you, we have right now that we know, we have somebody who has actually said, hey, they put out this information, which is huge information, okay? Breaking. I mean, the world would stop for this kind of information, okay? After this kind of information. That's a big story. Big story to break. Big story to break, right? So then we're looking at it, and as we're going through it, Variety comes out with an article basically saying, hey, first, Jason Lee says, hey, I stand by my sources. They're never wrong. And I'm staying tuned until they reply, right? Waiting to hear from Buckingham Palace, staying tuned, right? Then, thanks to our family, family member, sends us an article. That article says, hey, Hollywood Unlocked online, I guess, apologizes, saying, hey, we didn't know. See, what had happened was we have a dumbass intern, and that person just felt very excited about dropping this information. But then instead of it being just a post or a draft, that person accidentally posts the draft. Okay. But then as we're reading that, within this same hour, Jason Lee wakes up in the morning and says, hey, man, who posted this BS? I ain't said nothing. I have not authorized any information or anything. And I understand there are a lot of accounts out here that could be ghost fake accounts that can post up because they don't like the fact that somebody came out with this kind of information. Who comes out with this kind of information? Real talk. Shoot, man, when the whole Gabby Petito thing happened and Brian Laundrie was out here in these wilderness streets, there were so many fake accounts that popped up that were allegedly Brian Laundrie. So there are people out here that are crazy and crazy stupid to just do whatever they can to put this kind of information out here. But you got Jason Lee on his Twitter not retracting anything. Not trying to say, okay, it was a mistake. I'm so sorry, guys. He's not. He's standing strong on his laurels, on what he believes is the truth. So I leave that up to you guys. Do you think this is the truth or no? Keep the comments going down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I don't like hearing fake news. This does not make me all chipper and happy and all warm and gooey inside. No, I don't like hearing this information. I feel like this could be BS. But then again, it's like this dude is holding strong on what he found out. I'm assuming we're only going to, I say give it today or tomorrow, by tomorrow, for them to actually make a comment, to make a statement. I know everybody's guttural reaction is, why Hollywood Unlocked would know this BS? I'd like to know too, why isn't it BBC? Why isn't it the Associated Press? Why isn't any other outlet? How did he get that information if it's true? But Buckingham Palace still has not said anything yet. They haven't said not one damn thing yet about the Queen. And if she is actually alive. And we're just going to have to wait and see. I am so heavily on the fence on this one because weirder things have happened. I'll say that. And two, man, people will lie like crazy just to get a few clicks. I don't think that he's the kind of guy who would destroy his entire career, his entire business model just for a few clicks, because he's getting paid. He's doing just fine. So I don't know. Is it true or not? Is it a rumor or not? I'm sitting on the fence here. I want to hear what Buckingham Palace has to say, or I want to see Queen Elizabeth walk out on her her balcony and wave at her people and say, I am fine, young ones. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm fine. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. It's so crazy. Team BBC, I do appreciate it. Taekwondo, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, okay? We have to talk about it. And I know some of y'all don't like to talk about that ish, but we got to, whether we like it or not. And I had to ask y'all, is it true or not? You got him coming back on to his Twitter and saying somebody on some fake account said some ish that's not true. So quickly, the Variety picked up that apology that quickly. So he's saying that was not true. Terrace, thank you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Let me pull this up. Jeff Height. Betty White was reported dead many times for many years before she actually died. That's exactly what I said earlier. Facts on facts on facts. How many times did I hear about this, Betty White, she's dead, may she rest in peace. And like I said, I had to look that up. I looked at many other accounts, many other news junkets, news outlets. I literally looked up, and as soon as I started seeing it on like my local news, I was like, oh, it's real. I got to do a live. And I did a live, right? Betty White is dead. That is very true. I see it on the TV. People are talking about it. She is officially dead. Because there's so many fake news accounts out here that'll say anything just to get a few clicks. I just hope Hollywood Unlocked. I'm not sitting here wishing for Queen Elizabeth to not be here. You know what I'm saying? I hope whoever their sources are solid. That's what I say. I don't wish any death on anyone ever. But that is a serious announcement to put out to the world. And now the world is talking. So hopefully, like I said, I'll say it again, Buckingham Palace sits up and makes a statement. But I understand also that there is protocol around all of this, which I need to show you guys. I want to show y'all what I mean by that. Let's take a look at this right quick.
This is everything that will happen when the Queen dies. On the day Queen Liz dies, Charles will become king, but in doing so, it starts Operation London Bridge. Operation London Bridge is the 12-day plan for what will happen when the Queen passes away. First, the Queen's private secretary will call the Prime Minister and tell them London Bridge is down. Once other heads of state are informed, the news will be shared with the UK press. A notice will also be put up outside Buckingham Palace and on the royal website. Flags across the nation must be lowered to half-mast, all bells must stop, and both houses in Parliament are expected to gather. On the evening of his mother's death, Prince Charles will address the nation. Britain will then enter a 12-day mourning period. During this time, the BBC is banned from showing any comedy programmes, and all coverage must be around her death. On the 4th day after her passing, the
Interesting. No comedy. Interesting.
Queen's coffin will be moved to Westminster Hall and visitors will be able to pay respect. On the 9th day after her death, all businesses are expected to close. And finally, on the 12th day, her body will be moved to Westminster Abbey for her funeral before she goes to her final resting place at Windsor Castle. This is everything that will happen when the...
Interesting, right? So that's 12 days of stuff, right? 12 days of things, understandably, right? Because she is the Queen. She is the Queen of England. She is also head of many other governments in many other places, in many other countries. So there's a lot of movement that needs to happen to make sure that everyone knows that she has passed. So if she has passed and she passed yesterday, we should hear something by today, I'm thinking. Today or tomorrow. We should hear at least something. That's what I think. But I'm waiting to see if Buckingham Palace actually steps up and actually says and confirms this rumor before I say anything further. But you got somebody like Jason Lee sitting there going, "No, man. I'm staying strong on my sources, and my sources don't lie, and they're never wrong." So we'll see if he's actually true or if he's actually right or not. But moving on, we got to go into this next story. And by the way, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. Send them all the way up. All right. Send them past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot to me. I see about 500 souls watching the show right now. Y'all are incredible. I appreciate you going on that wild ride with me, just trying to see what is really going down, trying to debunk or confirm this particular rumor. I would hate to hear if she is passed. That would be terrible, devastating news, but it would be very interesting if Hollywood Unlocked and Jason Lee are actually right. That'll be absolutely mind-blowing. And I would want to know Who your sources, man? Who your sources? And also, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, okay? Crush it, destroy it, all that, all right? Do not forget to do that. I'd really, really appreciate it. But moving on, we got to go into our next story here. There's a story here. This one really sucks, because this is another story kind of like Chesley Christ, Miss USA's Chesley Christ, who allegedly unalived herself, by jumping off a balcony or a terrace. This one is another story kind of like this. And I know that some people do not like black conservatives and all that, and I get that. It is what it is. But I do want to bring this up because this is another cautionary tale. If this is really what it is, this one is a very strange one to me. And the reason why I say this is because it's the same thing that happened with Chesley Christ. Now, if you don't remember Miss USA's Chesley Christ, she was a lawyer. She was very successful with what she did and all that. And all of a sudden, she had the looks, the brains, all that. So many accolades. She was fighting with fighting for civil rights and for, all types of different stuff. Okay. Unfortunately, I gotta censor myself as much as I can. And that's what sucks about this. But we have a story about Zoe Bethel. And this is the young woman right here who in Miami ended up leaping off of out of her, they say third story condo, all right, to her demise, to her death. And this just sheds a serious light on mental health. And I know that we have been all locked up. I mean, shoot, like I said, all the time, I'm swimming in purple. All right. And I've been doing this in this room for about a year and a half, 2 years, nonstop. Right. It's closing in on 2 years here very soon. And I can understand it can be very tough for a lot of us, this being the lockdown and all that stuff. And I can see how personal issues can come to a head or can actually heighten over these times. But this one's a very strange one to me. Okay. So let's take a look at this particular article. Okay. So her parents, her family is denying that she unalived herself. They're denying it. Denying it. The other thing is, yes, Peggy, just real quick side note, there is no video. They have not released any video revolving around the last moments those security cameras saw Chesley Christ before she took her leap. They have not released any of that footage. And for a fact, a high-rise apartment complex that's luxury and is luxurious and has all these great amenities and all that stuff, for a fact that they are suited and booted with security cameras all over every nook and cranny of that place. We talk about New York, okay? New York has cameras everywhere. There's a camera pointing on everything in every corner of every street, so on and so forth. So, with that being said on that story, that's one thing that I still find very, very strange on the Chesley Christ story. But this story right here about Miss Alabama, Zoe Sozo Bethel, her family is denying that she unalived herself. And they're saying that it was an accident when she fell from her third floor Miami condo. It's still strange to me, y'all. Even this one is going, you're telling me that this was an accident? How does we're going to look at this because, like I said, it don't make no sense to me. Please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up, okay? Please, please, please. And I'm not sitting here trying to speculate or go crazy and try to do anything like that, but you got to look at the facts. You got to look at the things, and you tell me this is an accident? Also, I will say this too. I want to point one more thing out real quick before we go into this story. This story is so strange to me because when they first came out, they said that this woman died in a car accident. I am not kidding you, y'all. I will prove it to you right the F now. Hold up. Before we go into this, they said that this girl died in a car accident. A car accident. And I will show you proof positive that that is true. We're not going to look at these videos, okay? But a lot of these videos, one second, that have been popping out are videos like this right here. Just saying, like, hey, died in a car crash. Another one, car crash. All of these that have been coming out, car crash. And this was 6 days ago, y'all. Now, I understand that there's information that comes out, right? And everybody, because YouTubers and all that want to be the first to come out with the info, right? So they'll just drop whatever and say, oh, this is what it is. Blah, 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 yada, 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 in, right? To say, oh, car crash. They'll just throw out, oh, that's how she died. It was a car crash. It was a car crash. God rest her soul. Then later on, you find out, because when I got the information, they said it was a car crash. They said it was a car accident where she had head trauma. And they said, hey, but her head trauma is mysterious. But then they show photos of her, like this one right here, her face next to a burnt up car. And you're going, how did they find out that she had strange head trauma in a burnt up car? Because if she died in the car accident, then she died in the car accident. But the family's sitting there going, no, strange brew is happening here. Strange. Right? Okay. They said she mysteriously passed from this head trauma. Then just yesterday, I think, they came out with this article. Was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. They came out with this article, and I was like, yo, I need to talk about this one because this is not working for me. So now the family is saying that her death, her demise, her way of transitioning from this world was an accident. She had an accidental fall from the 3rd floor of her Miami condo on the 10th of February. But let's get into this article. And oh, by the way, this young woman also she's like a black conservative. She's a commentator. She does a lot of different things, heavily religious. You name it. She's conservative. Okay? Doesn't matter. Her political views don't matter unless her political views have something to do with her demise. But we don't know that yet. Okay? The devastated family of Miss Alabama Zoe Bethel have pushed back against suggestions the mother of one unalived herself. Like she voluntarily did what she did from her Miami condo. In a lengthy statement provided by the Daily Mail, which is the article I'm reading right here, Zoe's loved ones insisted that the devout believer in Jesus and proud conservative, quote unquote, both of them in quotes, would never have taken her own life. The beauty queen, 27 years old, young girl, and as you can see, beautiful girl, beautiful woman, 27 years old, still has the rest of her life in front of her. God knows what she could have been doing. You never know. Was in a coma for 8 days after suffering catastrophic brain damage brain injuries when she fell from a third floor window. She fell from a third floor window in the Waterfront Edgewater neighborhood. She fell from a third floor window. Okay. Family members announced last Friday that Zoe, who has a 5-year-old daughter, had died as a result of an unexpected February 10th quote-unquote accident. The Miami Police Department investigated the horror plunge as an attempted unalive, but clarified Tuesday that the death is now being considered a tragic accident and have ruled out foul play. So she fell out. She fell out of a window, third story window, to her death. Or not to her death, but it's what caused her to die, right? And this is her, Miss Alabama, beautiful woman, 27 years old, beautiful black woman, black conservative. She was an on-camera personality, had a lot of she was a commentator on on politics, and she had a lot of political views. What else is new? I'm sure if she stuck around, she might have been able to be another version of Candace Owens. You never know. You never know. Maybe she was on the way to that. But the beauty queen was in a coma for more than a week after suffering brain injuries when she fell from this 7-story residential building. This is the building that she fell out of. Right here. Now, they say that she fell out of a window. So if she fell out of a window, these are the windows right here. Let me see. Closer? Nope. Not do closer, but you can see right here. For example, these windows. You tell me, can somebody successfully do that? I mean, yes, you can if you're really trying. Or she may have sat on the windowsill, chilling, and may have lost her balance. That could be a possibility too. We got to exercise all of them. But these windows, she was like, okay, so 1, 2, she was right on this third floor right here. And she fell back. Strange. Let's see if I can get some more. There she is again. Some photos with her, and we all know and love him. That is a lie. Of course, there's a video of her, talking about, her love of God, her belief in Jesus and all that. Anyway, moving on. She was growing and becoming more successful each year of her life, and she was only just the beginning. Sure. And if she had a choice, she would still be here with us today. This is what the family said. This is what the family said. This statement went on. As a common with any death that is due to natural causes, law enforcement will conduct an investigation into cause of death. Thus, the investigation into the cause of Zoe's death is part of the normal protocol for law enforcement and is still open and pending. So, her death, they're doing regular investigation, but they're still trying to figure some things out. Nothing's set in stone, but they're thinking that there's no foul play in this. But the family is refusing to think that she would unalive herself, right? The family's saying she did not unalive herself. But this is when I say, is there any footage, any security footage, anything of that sort that can show proof positive that there was either an accident or that there was foul play here, or anything that would resort to her not unaliving herself? Does that make sense? So show me the Carfax. Let me see the proof. They're saying she fell out of a window and not K-Lou, just so you know. They say that she fell out of a window and not off of a balcony. That's what they're saying right now. Okay? But let's continue here. The initial police report is simply preliminary and is not conclusive and is further absent specific facts from eyewitness testimony that would alter the incident type status listed on the preliminary police report. So they don't have anything else on there that's showing otherwise that it could be an unalived moment or if there was some foul play, because they don't have any other information from any other eyewitnesses. They're still waiting to get more information so that they can actually make this a finalized statement. The family reserves the right to release information as is appropriate in conjunction with the investigation and will make certain necessary information available at the conclusion of the investigation. But the family has already come out and said this was an accident. She did not unalive herself. This was an accident. The family isn't even saying maybe that there was foul play. They're literally just saying she had an accident. But like I said, was there anybody else in the apartment with her, in the condo with her? Is there any footage showing any of this? Of the last moments leading to her fall? Why was she sitting or in the windowsill? And what would cause her to fall backwards or fall out of the window on accident? That's what I'd like to know. Where are the cameras? There's got to be something out here showing something. Okay? But yes. All right? Anything is possible. You ain't wrong, Mark. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But let's continue on here. All right. Zoe is believed to have been staying with a family member when cops were called to the 7-story La Piazza Navona building, where apartments rent for around $2,400 per month. That's a whole lot of monies, okay? That's some expensive ass. Well, it is Miami, so that might not be as expensive in Miami, but who am I to know, right? On Friday, February 11th, 2022, at approximately 12:05 a.m., Miami police officers responded to a call of a possible unalive attempt. They responded to a call of a possible unalived attempt. The Miami Police Department said in a statement, the preliminary investigation revealed that the victim fell out of a third-floor window, not a balcony, but a window. The victim was identified as 27-year-old Zoe Bethel. She was transported by the Miami Fire Rescue to Jackson Memorial Hospital in critical condition. On Friday, so 7 days later, at 5:24 a.m., Zoe Bethel succumbed to her injuries. The Miami-Dade medical examiner ruled the cause of death as blunt force trauma. And the manner of death is quote unquote accidental. There was a tragic accident and no foul play is suspected. Now, let me see something here. Friday, February 11th, 12:05 a.m. Let's just play this out, this possibility out real quick. It's a Friday night. She's in Miami. She chilling with her, like this was a family member's crib. What are the chances of her just having a few too many? I wonder what the toxicology report says. Was there any alcohol in her system? What was her blood alcohol? Like what was her content level? What if she had any liquor in her? What was in her system? She could have been sitting on that windowsill trying to just enjoy the Miami air, but maybe had too many. Or, like I said, she could have been sober as a judge and just fell back. Those things do happen. Mistakes like that do happen, but still, a 911 call was made on an unalived attempt. Medical examiner says that there was no foul play involved. And this was blunt force trauma to her head. Let's continue. Let us continue. Okay, so obviously we already know they have the right to give out this certain information. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Lost my place. Okay, so the family statement said, as is common with any death that is due to natural causes, law enforcement will conduct an investigation into the cause of death. Thus, the investigation into the cause of Zoe's death is part of the normal protocol for law enforcement and is still open and pending, which we already said earlier. This article likes to repeat itself, but we already know all of that stuff. They're still waiting to get some information from other people. All they know right now is that she is no longer here and that she fell out of a third-story window. And that's all they got. They suspect no foul play on this situation. I don't know if this one has any foul play, but questions still do remain. How did she get? Why was she sitting there? Who was in the room with her? Who was in the room with her? Like I said here earlier, where is that? She was staying with a family member when cops were called. She was staying in that crib with her friend, her family member, a cousin or something, an uncle, an auntie, whatever it was. She was there chilling. So in my mind, I keep thinking, well, maybe there was alcohol involved. Maybe she drank a little bit too much. Maybe she was sitting on the windowsill trying to enjoy just the fresh air from Miami, and she fell back, lost her balance because maybe she was a little too drunk. Maybe there was, like I said, maybe it was alcohol involved. I'm just putting those speculations out here. Or she could have just had a straight up accident too. Or somebody pushed her. You gotta throw that possibility out there too. Is there foul play here or not? I don't know. Okay. Let's go into this. Okay. So Bethel represented Alabama in Miss America Strong pageant, which honors single women. She was also a political commentator for RBSN, a conservative media company known for covering former President Donald Trump's rallies, according to her family. According to her family, to the family's social media post, Bethel suffered severe damage to her brain/brainstem on February 10th in an accident in Miami. She was in a coma until February 18th before she passed away. Obviously, Zoe touched the hearts of many people as they posted on social media. A message posted on February 14th said, unfortunately, the doctors are saying the damage cannot be repaired and that she may not have much time left. And of course, we already saw this, a photo with crazed looking Donald Trump Jr. You know, that's after a couple bumps for sure. Moving on. She also worked for the anti-abortion group Students for Life and Project Veritas. And if you guys don't know Project Veritas, look it up. But the right-wing organization that aims to show liberal bias in media reporting. Today we are praying for victory for those without a voice in overturning Roe versus Wade. She posted this on Facebook from the Supreme Court building during arguments over a Mississippi law limiting abortion to the first 15 weeks of pregnancy. Obviously, this issue was very personal to her. She obviously chose life over terminating the innocent life God blessed her with. She's refraining to her daughter. She also wrote that in social media. No matter how bad the situation may be, choosing life is always the right choice. Now, of course, these are photos posted of family members holding her hand as she breathes her last few breaths, as she had her last 7 days on this planet before she transitioned. Here she is with herself and her daughter. Like I said, beautiful, beautiful family. And of course, she had her thoughts about her 5-year-old daughter. This is her 5-year-old daughter. But she definitely had her own specific conservative views on things that are going on in the world. Like I said, if she was around longer, maybe there would have been a different future for her. We don't know. But this is the sad part of this story. It's a young woman, no matter what, it's still a young, aspiring Black woman that had an opportunity to do more. While she was here, she was still able to accomplish a lot of different things. She was Miss Alabama. She was an on-camera personality. She was getting in there and doing her commentary on what's going on in the world and what's going on in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I understand, some people feel some type of way. I mean, if bad things were to happen to a Black conservative, I'm not here to knock anyone down. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone has their opinions. Shoot, I have opinions. I mean, if you've been watching this show, for a fact I got opinions. So when it comes to this kind of thing, it is still a sad story. You know what I mean? Still absolutely a sad story. Strategic, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Got to get out of here on patrol. Stay up, Pascal. Thank you. You too, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But, stories like this still upset me, because if this was an accident, then it's still a sad story. But to me, it still seems a little weird that she would just go sit on a window and then fall out of it, right? Accidents do happen, okay? Accidents do happen for sure. But this one's still a little strange to me. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get down to it. They'll be able to rule certain things out, debunk or confirm the things that are going on, because it's another young woman that deserves the justice or clarification, right, on what actually happened to her. And if she did have an accident, then we have that clarity, right? But if there is something that did happen that was unjust, hopefully we'll be able to bring that person or those persons that were involved to justice. But I leave that up to you guys. You comment down below. You let me know. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's foul play? Do you think it's an accident? Or do you think she really unalived herself? To me, it just seems strange. I feel that there's a little bit of foul play in this one. Just a little bit. But I would also want to know what the layout of the inside of that condo looked like, because there could be a little bit of a, like a platform right in front of that window that maybe she was sitting on, right? So that she can take in the view look at the water in front of her, maybe, or look at just Miami, and maybe she just made a mistake and slipped, and fell. It's all about what's going on inside of that apartment, in that condo, and what that layout looks like. Because if the window is some little tiny window and somebody would have had to have pushed her out of that window, or she would have had to have crawled, climbed out of that window, then yes, that is suspicious as hell. But let's see what's going on here. The family says it was accidental. So somebody must have been in that space to know what went down, but they have not given out more information. And I'm waiting for that information to come out. Because God forbid, if this was a Chesley Christ situation, then we really need, no matter what, we still need to bring forward mental wellness, mental health, how important it is to talk about things that are going on in your life personally, if they really are bothering you. If she did this on purpose, then it's a tragedy. But if there was really foul play, then they need to bring justice for Zoe with the quickness. But we'll see what happens over time. Only time will tell. Same thing with Queen Elizabeth. Only time will tell. I'm sure Buckingham Palace will come out with some information to let us know if it's the truth or if it's a full-on fib. You know what I mean? But real quick, Sozo Bob said something here. Pascal, this is an older condo in Miami, and it's not a hotel. The time makes me think alcohol was involved since last call is 5 a.m. in the city. R.I.P. I really do think that this could have possibly been a alcohol-induced accident or alcohol-involved accident where she was sitting there, maybe just lost her equilibrium and fell back. Anything could have happened. But hopefully we'll have the full answer here soon. Like I said, we'll hopefully have the full answer soon. But it also is up to the family if they want to tell people the truth too. The family has all the rights to withhold any information to the public. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we will find the truth with the quickness. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I really do appreciate all y'all for being on. Real talk, real talk. I really appreciate it. Be sure to do me that favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. Just do me that. Just hit that 300 likes real quick. I really appreciate it. Okay. And also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. All right. Working our way towards 100,000 subscribers. And I always love having more people on this show, more discussion, more agreements, more disagreements. So please hit that subscribe button. Anyway, yes, I did hear about the JE situation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that show or cover that subject. But yeah, that story is absolutely insane. And if there's more information that comes out on that one, I will be covering it as well. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all. Okay, it is time to get going. Enjoy your Wednesday. Make it a beautiful, fruitful, and positive one. Okay, guys. But it's time to get going. Sam Witch, thank you so much for checking out that Bushwick Bill interview. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay up, y'all. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
You're gonna perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners, and property managers. If you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.